Okay, I have done a little reorganizing in my studio and have my current vintage collection up here. I'm gonna show you some of the pieces that I've gotten recently, which are the ones kind of down here a little more. I have mixed some of them in. Let me show you some of the things that I have gotten recently from thrift stores, estate sales. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little run through of the things that I've purchased lately. The vintage finds I've purchased from thrift stores, estate sales, some online purchases, online collection things, and I just want to show off what I've gotten lately. So if you are interested in vintage and you are curious to see what you can find around town, then please follow along and I will show you what I've gotten lately and what is now in the shop. Okay, so let's see, we'll start with these lamps. So I purchased 2 of these chinoiserie lamps and they have really beautiful patterns on them, and there was 2 of these and I got them for half off on the final day of the estate sale. And so there's this one, and then there's also this one. Really beautiful, beautiful patterns, really nice condition. They just don't have lampshades. They did have lampshades, but I donated them because they were just kind of in rough shape. But these are just really beautiful. The final lamp I purchased at this estate sale was this heavy brass vintage lamp. It is really tall, really big, really heavy, but just awesome brass lamp. Okay, I guess we'll keep going with those estate finds. This was at the same place that I found the lamps at. Or this beautiful Asian dish, and it just has these beautiful flowers on it, and it says Takashi San Francisco on the back. Really, really nice little tray for your little trinkets. I got this ruler from this same estate sale. The man was a toy collector, so he had a room with a bunch of vintage toys and games and all kinds of stuff. Just kind of seemed like a tinker of sorts. Anyways, this really nice ruler. It says Frederick Postcode, Japan. And I just thought this was a really cool, nice condition vintage ruler. It pulls out like that, and then this piece also slides too. And it comes with its own leather case. This was from another estate sale the same day. I got this beautiful silver-plated tray with this ornate etched details. This would be great for serving or to display some of the things in your home. Really heavy and with handles too. I like the ones with handles. Got this beautiful brass, I think it's brass or some sort of other cast metal. It's actually gold on the back side, but I think from age, possibly, it sort of has this bronzed patina. So you can see, you can use it as a tray, but also like a mirror in your home. Really big, really heavy, has this felt or velvet lining on the back. Very old. Okay, these were thrift store finds, and we have this African carved stone. It's really heavy, mother and child figurine. I thought that was just really pretty, and wouldn't this be such a cute gift for a mom? This cute little frog is a Indiana glass, I believe, when I looked it up. Candle holder. Beautiful aqua glass, super heavy. This guy's a cutie. I found this at the thrift store, and apparently they are, okay, and they are Dutch marriage boxes. So these, from the 17th century, they were Dutch marriage boxes, but the Metropolitan Museum of Art had reproductions of these made in 1985. Some of them are sterling silver. This one is just plated, I believe. It doesn't have the sterling mark on the bottom, but it does say MMA for Metropolitan Museum of Art. And it does have the gold on the inside. which is typical of these. It does have a heavy patina on it, which some may like to remove. I like a patina, and then it does have etchings of different religious scenes and marriage scenes on here all over the box. I got these dishes from the thrift store, and they're these beautiful textural glass dishes, and they have the oyster or shell shaped, and this would be great as a tray. I mean, you could use them as dishes certainly, but also just like a catch-all tray. And I have found a whole set of them. I got these really heavy, I think they're metal, like iron, but painted. They have a painted finish on them, and they have felted bottoms. Or not felted, they're just soft bottoms, so they're not going to ruin anything that they stand on. And they are horseshoe and horse bookends. And there's a set of them. They do have some chipping on the paint, but I think it only adds to the rustic look of them. I also, at the same thrift store trip, found this bronze guy. Brass horse. I love brass items, especially brass animals. They always sell well. And plus, I have a jewelry shop that I run with the vintage shop that is pretty much all brass jewelry. I've been working with brass for a long time, so I love vintage brass. It's kind of my thing. So this guy definitely came home with me, and he is lovely. Let's see what else. I got these 2 wooden racks, and they're just really nice solid wood construction, probably oak. And I guess it would be great for a spice rack in your kitchen. They have hanging hardware on the back, but I think you could just use them as sort of a box to display anything on the wall. Anything that's like special to you. You could even use this as just like a magazine rack, a book rack, cups. Really nice construction, and there was 2 of these and really nice quality, like no damage to these at all. I found this beautiful blanket. It's a little throw blanket, and I just love the pattern. And it says on here that it is made at the Saint Labre, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Indian School in Ashland, Montana. I found this book, The Bug Book. It's 1981. And it just has really, I'm a sucker for illustrations. I'm an artist and designer as well, so I just love vintage books and the illustrations inside of them. I just think this would be such a treasure for a child that is into bugs and wildlife and nature. So I took that. Speaking of brass, on that trip when I got the brass horse, I also found this little brass crab guy. So it has a magnifying glass in the center, and you can place it while you're reading, and it works perfectly. I had to hunt this one down actually because my son takes my vintage treasures. He's a history guy, and he just loves stuff like this. So he was reading a book with it the other day, and I had to go find it from where he left it. Right, so we have these 2 vases, like little bud vases or just small arrangement vases. This one is a little orange, or I don't know, lemon. I would say orange, but some might call it a lemon. What do you think? And I thought it was just so cute. And then this one is signed on the back, R.P. Co. Roseville, Ohio. And I just think this color is so beautiful, and just the very minimal floral details. I feel like it's just reminds me of something like Anthropologie would sell or something. I just think it's so cute. And the square design, that's just kind of unique. I found this at the thrift store, and I just was taken by its little charming hand-painted scene, and then I flipped it over, and it was a company, Finnair, and it is made in Finland. And I just knew usually stuff like that is kind of valuable, so I looked it up, and they do sell for a pretty good price, so I picked that one up. This has a little hanging hardware, and it goes really cute on a wall. I got this little ring dish. It is not vintage. It is sold by Brighton, but it is sold on the Brighton website for $78, and I found it in the thrift store, and I just thought it was so cute. It says Kitty Catty, and you can just place your rings on there. So I'll probably list this in my eBay shop, or actually I'll list this in my website too, just in the found section. It's not vintage, but it's certainly cute, and I think somebody might love it. I did pick up a few books and some clothing, so let's look at the books first. I got this, I found this like all three together, so I feel like this came from the same person who donated. There's a vintage Martha Stewart gardening book, month by month. So this is just a really cute book. It just goes through her property and just what's popping up for her, how she's tending to her garden, all this stuff. Anyways, I looked it up and they do sell for pretty well, and I just got it in the book section. I just thought it looked cool, and I thought somebody might really be interested in this. So this is a 1991 first edition, so this one went in the shop. So the other books that were right beside it were this Country Style Flowers book, which also has really beautiful arrangements. And then this vintage Country Flowers book from another author. And this also has really beautiful arrangements in it as well. Okay, I found this blazer. So cute. A little extra small blazer. It is in lovely condition, no flaws that I see. Satin lining, and it has the Franco's Richmond, Virginia, which was an old shop here in Richmond where I am located. So this will be a great jacket for somebody. I hope it finds a good home. So just got this little vintage Eddie Bauer mock neck, sort of oatmeal colored basic. I just think I kind of liked it, but then I was like, you know what, I'll just put it in my shop. And then we got this vintage Patagonia. This is like 80s, 90s. Patagonia usually sells pretty well, and this color is really nice. I don't know if it's showing up right on the screen, but it's like this periwinkle blue. So just your classic little pullover. Yeah, I got another one of these little shoe shine boxes at the estate sale that I went to. I have another one of these in my shop that I found at a thrift store. This one's in a little bit more used condition, but I still think it's a really nice box. And this one has a ton of polishes and brush and towels and things like that inside of it. I found this pressed glass tray at the thrift store with this silver metal base. And this would be great for desserts, like displaying your desserts, or a cake stand. And it also moves, so it's like a Lazy Susan as well. And I just thought that was really cool, really beautiful. So that is also in the shop. I found this at a thrift store, and it is a beautiful silver tray with some edge details, pierced rim, and it's footed. Just classic. So I saved this one and took it home. I found these aqua green blue dishes, and this is a sunflower pattern. And then I also have some that have the peppers pattern on it. Thought they were really cute, so I took those. Got a little collection of these little French onion soup crocs bowls. And then I sort of have them stored inside of this basket that I also found at the thrift store. All of these were thrift store items. This one just closes like that. And then you latch these at the top. But super cute, nice condition box. I got these beautiful plates. I just think, look at that pattern. It is so precious. So I have some saucers of these. And then I have some small plates of these, but look how beautiful those are and delicate. They're so cute. And these are from Japan, and this is the marking. Okay, these dishes are adorable. They have these beautiful painted roosters on them. They're so cute. I have a whole set of 8 of these, and they are just gorgeous. And they are hand painted, and this is the markings of the back. Oh right, I forgot down here I got this really lovely mirror. This was $20 half off, so $10, and it's a beautiful mirror. This probably is staying with me though. And then I did collect these 2 pieces of art from that same estate sale. They are 2 pieces of cat art for your home. They're really nice condition, sort of 90s style, vintage, cottage decor feel. This beautiful black cat. They're framed really nicely, and it says, this is a reproduction print. The original medium is watercolor on parchment paper, and it is signed and dated by the artist, Heatherly Hale, 1990. And then one that's similar, but it's a different artist, was also this cat painting with the moon in the background, this little cute little orange tabby. And this is signed TJ Graham, 1992, and it also is actually signed, and it must have been a limited print run. This is 119 of the print. Okay, I got a whole set of this dinnerware at the thrift store. This is made by Copeland Spode, made in England. And this is a little covered dish. This was the gravy boat. And then like a whole set of their plates and everything. And just, they're so beautiful, these little hand-painted details. The plates just feel so dainty and cute, and I just was happy to save them and find them some new homes. I found this basket, which I think is just lovely. The color's lovely. This would go so nicely on a wall as wall art, but you could also display some things on a table too. That was at the thrift store. And then I also got these 2 at 2 different thrift stores. This little cross-stitch guy, little juggler jester guy. This would be so cute on a rocking horse. So cute in a kid's room. And this little H Hobby needlework, needlepoint framed piece is also in the shop. Okay, I got these plates and this like little set of bowls, plates, and then mugs of this cardinal. These cardinals on them I think are just so adorable with little hollies. And they are all sold individually. Then I found this little guy at the thrift store. I thought it was just a beautiful little painted porcelain piece, and it was a little, you know, napkin holder, letter holder, mail holder. And then I looked at the bottom and it was a, forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce it, Limoges brand, which is a collectible porcelain brand. And so that is now listed on the shop. This was a great little find. Okay, I found this at the thrift store, this beautiful little quirky iridescent lion, and flipped it over. It is signed and dated at the bottom, and the person's name, Mary Ann Adams, 1967. This is a little fun little piece. I was happy to add that to the shop. I found this teapot, this sort of donut, mid-century modern feeling, could be 80s doing the mid-century, little donut, just like kind of a fun little kitschy piece. And this little crackle glaze is really cool, with it being matte, sort of understated, but cool. Okay, these are some books that I found at a thrift store one weekend. This was The Magic of Owls. Some amazing owl pieces in here. Like, I'll just flip through a second. If you like owls, you will love this book. It's just got some really beautiful vintage owl art pieces. So cool. kind of want to keep this for myself. And then the other book that I got at the same estate sale that I thought was really awesome is this book, Turned On, Decorative Lamps of the 50s. And if you are a vintage lover and a lamp lover, you will love looking at this too. I might do a video and just show these two books like up close and take time looking through them. Let me know if that's something that would interest you. And then got a little art book, and then also this vintage cross stitch book. Actually, not cross stitch, this vintage stitch by stitch sewing, knitting, crochet, needlecraft book. Added those to the shop. Okay, I won't bring the whole set over because they're up there, but these caught my eye, these little amber plate dishes, and I like them especially because I thought they looked like a sun with like the swirly sun rays on the ends. So there are 4 of these little small plates. Okay, I found all these the same day at the thrift store. This little old mid-century net serving live edge bark with bark on the outside. It was like a net serving bowl is what I looked up. So there's that one. 2 of these beautiful wooden dough bowls. This would look great as just like a little bowl in your kitchen for your fruit or whatever, or just as a decorative piece. They have beautiful patina to them. They just look very old and handmade. They say Japan on the bottom, and they're just really gorgeous, both of them. I have some little trinkets in them right now, but this little 3-compartment wooden pineapple tray I got at the thrift store, I think the same time with those other wooden pieces. So this was a fun little find. I found this little wall hanging letter holder or mail holder, or really anything you want it would hold in here. And sort of this wicker base and this iron scroll work along the sides. It looks really cute on the wall. Okay, I found this at a thrift store, and this is just like your just a beautiful like seashell tray. It is made of silver. I believe it is, I don't know, pewter possibly. And it says made it in Western Germany, and it has some markings here of that. I always love a shell tray. I got these really cute pewter cups from an estate sale. They are engraved with his or her. There is some damage to it, so they're priced pretty well, but I still think they're pretty cute, and I thought somebody might enjoy them still. I stuck these in the attic already, but I listed these 3 brass mantle, I think they're pronounced ewers. They kind of look like pitchers or vases, but they're actually just decorative pieces. I found those 3 at the thrift store, and I thought, how cool were those? They're very old, very cool. These 2 have like a milk glass middle, and this one is just basically solid metal. So those are in the attic at this point, and I just didn't feel like bringing them down, so. Okay, we're at the point of the video where I'm tired of taking things off the shelf because I already have so much I have to put back at this point. So I will show you some of the pieces that I bought online. And when I'm buying stuff online, I love to buy like a big collection of something all at once, of somebody that's just obviously trying to get rid of this collection they have of something, or they don't necessarily care or need it, and I love to pick those up and sell them individually. So this is a little set of Russian nesting dolls, and they all have a bunch of little guys on the inside. Let me pick one out and show it to you. Okay, I lied, I'm back. So here is, my kids have been playing with them because they just find them so irresistible. And I remember when my dad brought home some of these when he was traveling in other countries. He would travel a lot for work, and he would bring home some fun finds from other countries. I thought they were so cool, and I played with them all the time too. So I let my children look at them. and I advise them to be very careful, and usually they're very delicate about handling these things. So this is one of the little Russian nesting dolls. This one I particularly love because of its color. It's polka dotted back. Let me align this guy, or this gal, I should say. So yeah, and then she goes on and on and on and on. Anyways, I got a whole set of those, and they are all listed in the shop. As you can see, these are them. And there's one more down here. Got these pieces back here. They're all listed together, and they're just like these really beautiful little miniature handmade wooden houses. So as you can see, there's that one, there's a well, and there's that one. So there's a whole 4 set of them. And then lastly, I'm gonna climb up here on my shelf. There's some pieces back here. I got a whole collection of these little vintage composer guys. So let's see. We have Bach here, and these are just like from the 80s, and there was a brand that made a whole collection of these, so they're listed individually. I just think they're so cute, charming, and kitschy. I was happy to scoop them up. And then I have some snuffers back there, but I think I showed those in the last video. So these, I just wanted to show the last 3 things I've gotten on my trips lately, and that is this like water, this pitcher. They're actually to go together, I believe. They have this little star pattern in the middle there, you can see. And then that vase back there was purchased recently. All 3 of those were purchased at the same time at the same thrift store. And it was just like a really good glass day. All right, and this is another collection I got online. It was like 8 or 9 of these pineapples, and I had 3 of them before in the past, and they all sold. So I scooped them up, and I decided I would sell them again. So I have these, and then I have some really, really teeny tiny ones. I'll show you the tiny ones because they're really cute. So they go as tiny as this. They're just so cute. And that's it. Okay, so that is all the things I have bought and that are in the shop currently. I think that's everything. Some of the things that maybe have already sold if I didn't show it. Anyways, I did not realize that that there is that much stuff that I have gotten recently. I've just been finding a lot of good things out there. So anyways, I enjoyed showing them off. I hope you enjoyed seeing everything, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you could see more of the videos, and please let me know any suggestions or what you guys want to see more of. I'm happy to take that into consideration. And until next time, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.